Have you ever felt a surge of unstoppable energy, where your thoughts race and your mood lifts so high it feels like you're on top of the world? That moment can be thrilling, but it can also be the start of something more serious. Welcome to Bipolar Talks, the channel where we explore the real, raw, and researched truths behind bipolar disorder. Mindfully made, this space is for those living with bipolar, their loved ones, and anyone wanting to understand more. Before we dive in, please take a moment to like, comment, subscribe, and share this episode if you find it meaningful. It helps others find this content, and you never know who might need it today. Episode title: How to Spot Hypomania Before It Escalates. Let's talk about something that often slips under the radar. Something subtle, sneaky, and surprisingly seductive. Hypomania. If mania is the high-speed roller coaster you didn't ask to ride, then hypomania is that breezy convertible on the open road. You feel good, too good. But here's the catch. When not recognized early, hypomania can escalate into full-blown mania or spiral into crushing depression. That's why spotting it early can be life-changing. Today we're going to dive deep into how to detect hypomania in its early stages, before things get out of hand. Section 1. What exactly is hypomania? Let's begin with clarity. Hypomania is a core feature of bipolar II disorder, though it can also show up in bipolar I as a prelude to mania or even during mixed episodes. Unlike mania, hypomania doesn't usually cause severe social or occupational impairment. There are no hospitalizations or psychosis, but that doesn't mean it's harmless. Think of hypomania as a high-functioning frenzy. You're still going to work. You're still answering texts. But underneath that functionality, things are speeding up. Your thoughts, your speech, your goals, your self-esteem, they're all on an upward curve. Ever had a moment when everything feels possible? That's the hypomanic trap. You feel better than better, but at what cost? Section 2. Why it's so hard to notice. One reason hypomania is often missed is because it feels good. In a society that rewards productivity, charisma, and energy, a hypomanic episode can look like a glow-up. You're social, inspired, getting things done. Who's going to complain? But if you or someone close to you lives with bipolar disorder, that feel-good energy can be a warning bell. Because hypomania often masquerades as success until it tips over. So how do we mindfully pay attention to those early signs? Let's break them down. Section 3. The subtle signs of hypomania. Here are key red flags to watch for, especially when they cluster together or deviate from your baseline behavior. 1. Elevated mood or irritability. It's not just happiness, it's euphoria. You feel unusually upbeat, energetic, or invincible. Or sometimes, instead of joy, you become easily annoyed, especially when others don't keep up. 2. Increased goal-directed activity. Maybe you start reorganizing your entire home at 2 a.m., or writing a novel in 3 days, or taking on 5 new projects at once. There's an intensity to it, a sense of urgency that doesn't quite match the situation. 3. Racing thoughts. Ideas come fast. They spark one another. Conversations jump tracks. You might feel creatively brilliant but also scattered, unable to focus for long. 4. Decreased need for sleep. You're sleeping only 3 or 4 hours but still waking up full of energy. You don't feel tired yet. That can be a big red flag, especially if it lasts more than a few nights. 5. Inflated self-esteem. You might feel unusually confident, like you can do no wrong. You might talk more, interrupt more, or dominate conversations without realizing it. 6. Increased talkativeness. Are people saying you're talking more than usual? Are your thoughts coming out faster than your mouth can keep up? Are you interrupting or jumping topics often? 7. Risk-taking behavior. This can look like impulsive spending, driving too fast, gambling, substance use, or initiating multiple romantic connections at once. It's the why not attitude that can quickly get dangerous. 8. Sensory sensitivity. Colors seem brighter. Music sounds richer. Everything feels heightened. This overstimulation can seem magical until it becomes overwhelming. 9. Distractibility. You start one thing, get pulled into another, and before you know it, the day's gone. Your attention span shrinks as your brain speeds up. Section 4. Mindful Monitoring, creating a self-awareness toolkit. Now let's talk prevention. Because here's the thing. Once you learn your own patterns, you can learn to catch hypomania in its tracks. Here's a mindful toolkit you can use. 1. Track your sleep. Losing sleep consistently? That's often one of the first warning signs. Consider using sleep tracking apps or even old-fashioned journaling. 2. Mood journaling. Rate your mood daily. Include energy levels, irritability, motivation, and social interaction. Over time, patterns emerge. 3. Note behavior shifts. Did you just clean the whole garage at 3 a.m. and start a new business plan? That might not be normal for you. Write it down. 4. Ask your support network. Sometimes others notice what you don't. Invite a trusted friend, partner, or therapist to gently alert you when something seems off. 5. Know your triggers. Stress, seasonal changes, lack of sleep, hormonal shifts. Any of these can push you toward hypomania. Awareness helps with prevention. 6. Review old episodes. What were your early signs last time? What did your thoughts and behavior look like in the days before things escalated? This is your personal blueprint. Section 5. What to do when you notice the signs. Okay, so you've noticed the signs. What now? 1. Pause and reflect. Take a mindful moment. Sit down. Breathe. Ask, is this energy really grounded? Or is it slipping into hypomania? 2. Prioritize sleep. Immediately focus on rest. Cancel what you can. Dim the lights. Create a calming sleep routine, even if you don't feel tired. 3. Talk to someone. Reach out to your therapist, psychiatrist, or someone in your support system. Let them know what's happening. 4. Avoid big decisions. Now is not the time to change jobs, book a spontaneous trip, or end relationships. Put those on a pause list until your mood stabilizes. 5. Reduce stimulation. Turn off the noise. Step away from caffeine, sugar, and constant screens. Let your nervous system slow down. 6. Follow your treatment plan. If you have meds prescribed for early hypomania or mood stabilization, this is the moment to take them as directed.
No skipping. No improvising.
Section 6. The emotional side of spotting hypomania. Let's be real. It can be hard to admit when hypomania is beginning, especially when it feels like everything is finally going right. There can be grief in stepping away from that energy. You may feel like you're silencing your creativity or turning down the volume on your joy. But remember, true stability doesn't kill your spark. It helps you keep it alive safely. It protects your long-term dreams from short-term spirals. Spotting hypomania early is an act of self-love. It's a boundary you set not because you're broken, but because you're learning to care for your brilliant, sensitive, powerful mind. Section 7. Supporting someone in hypomania. If you're the loved one of someone with bipolar disorder, your role matters. Here's how to help. Stay calm, not critical. Avoid confrontation. Approach gently with curiosity and concern, not judgment. Offer observations, not labels. I've noticed you haven't slept much lately. Lands better than, you're going hypomanic again. Create safety plans together. Having a pre-agreed plan for when symptoms arise can reduce tension in the moment. Encourage professional support. Suggest they speak to their provider, especially if symptoms seem to intensify. Take care of yourself too. Supporting someone with bipolar disorder is emotionally demanding. Make space for your own needs. Section 8. Why early detection changes lives. The earlier you spot hypomania, the less damage it does. You can avoid the crash. You can stay out of the hospital. You can protect your relationships, your finances, your stability. And you can begin to feel empowered, not afraid, when those warning signs return. Because each time you catch it earlier, you're growing. You're learning. You're healing. If today's episode resonated with you, please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Help us spread awareness and create a more informed, compassionate world for those living with bipolar disorder. And remember, this YouTube video is for informational purposes only. It is not a substitute for professional diagnosis or treatment. Please consult a licensed mental health expert for personalized care. Stay mindful, stay grounded, and we'll see you in the next episode here on Bipolar Talks.